Good morning, Emerson. Jennifer Lawrence is speaking out. Find out what one of Hollywood's biggest stars had to say about the wage gap in America.
And our friends across the country in LA held the biggest party of the year at the 15th annual Emerson Los Angeles Film Festival. Madelyn Abry has all the details coming up in just a bit.
All that and more today, Thursday, October 15th. I'm Anthony Monzon.
And I'm Amelia Fabiano. Now, Anthony, we have a really stacked show today. A lot of really great talent in the studio.
So much talent in the studio.
Tangela Large will be joining us in a little bit towards the end of the show. She is a cast member of Mr. Joy. She's actually the only cast member of Mr. Joy, so that'll be interesting to talk to her about.
A huge performance, and we'll also have Dylan Rockoff in studio giving us a little musical performance, and he's gonna knock our socks off, rock our socks off, I should say. But first, again, they say you should never talk about politics or religion, but we're going to tackle one of those this morning. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton took center stage in the first Democratic presidential debate this week. The nation saw the two-party frontrunners, along with three other Democratic nominees, square off on a variety of issues, which largely echoed their party platforms. While the debate was filled with intense dialogue on the issues, the moment of the night came when Bernie Sanders chimed in on Secretary Clinton's Benghazi scandal. Let's take a listen.
The American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
You know?
While Sanders' performance was highly touted, pundits across the country largely hailed Hillary Clinton as their winner on the evening following the debate. News reporter Sam Benson-Smith now joins us to talk a little bit more about the debate. And Sam, who did you have winning after the performance on Tuesday night?
Well, Anthony, it was a very interesting thing with the debate. Although the major media outlets had Hillary Clinton winning the debate, when you looked at certain statistics online, when you looked at polls, when you looked at MSNBC's poll, Fox News's poll, focus groups, pretty much overwhelmingly they had Bernie Sanders winning. However, that could be a judgment of his supporters more so than his own performance. I think Sanders did pretty well, but I think the most important thing about the debate was it set a record for Democratic primary debates with 15 million. That's more than even the 2008 election, which absolutely polarized the viewers and the voters.
Of course, and there were a lot of really hot topics being debated. We had gun control, we had foreign policy. Bernie Sanders and Hillary kind of faced off about gun control. How do you think they handled their answers?
Well, I think the interesting thing about gun control was Bernie Sanders focused on how he's from a rural state. Mrs. Clinton was from New York. I think they handled it well as much as they could, but I think something moving forward is the fact that they're facing issues now that they had to oppose early on or they had to support. So, like all elections, they're going to have to deal with legislation that they faced in the past.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Sam. Now, we'll go to you with some more news. Sam, what's going on around the world?
Thanks, Anthony. Yesterday, the Taliban announced that their forces would be withdrawing from the city of Kunduz following a 15-day occupation. Kunduz is the first city to be taken over by the Taliban since the beginning of the Afghan conflict in 2001. The occupation began at the end of September when several hundred Taliban combatants overwhelmed 7,000 government defenders. Final casualty figures stand at 630 wounded and 57 dead. Nearly half of the fatalities were caused by a U.S. airstrike on a medical center run by Doctors Without Borders. On Tuesday, in a decision which could result in fines of over $860 million, a U.S. jury determined that Apple wrongfully used a patent for microchips owned by the University of Wisconsin. The suit was filed by representatives from the Wisconsin Alumni Research Foundation and centers around a 1998 patent which improves processor efficiency. Apple argues that the patent is void. However, the Madison, Wisconsin jury ruled it valid and will now move forward to determine damages owed to the university. A similar suit against Intel Corp filed by the Wisconsin Alumni Research Foundation in 2008 was settled before the case reached trial. Yesterday, the Israeli government tightened security measures in East Jerusalem following a wave of violence in several neighborhoods. Israel is calling the assaults a wave of terrorism and responded by erecting roadblocks and checkpoints throughout the area and deploying hundreds of police officers on the roads and buses of this city. The neighborhoods, composed primarily of Palestinians, have a population of over 50,000. The assaults have claimed the lives of 30 Palestinians and 7 Israelis this month. On Saturday, the Pentagon announced that the U.S. would make condolence payments to the survivors of the airstrike on the Doctors Without Borders hospital in Kunduz, Afghanistan. The October 3rd airstrike, called in by Afghan forces, injured dozens and killed 22, 10 patients and 12 hospital staff. This decision comes following an apology offered by President Obama to Doctors Without Borders International President Joanne Liu last week. Although not heavily publicized, condolence payments have been made by the U.S. government since the beginning of its military's involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan. $19.5 million was given in 2005 alone. And that's all I have for you guys today. Anthony and Amelia, back to you.
Thanks so much, Sam. As the temperatures keep dropping around us, it seems like our wet, hot American summer is finally coming to a close. Reporter Medina Sehi joins us now to give us the latest weather updates. Medina, is this the last of our sunny days?
Thanks, Anthony and Amelia. This week, we'll have a comfortable sunshine coming our way. Today is going to be sunny, clear day with a high of 63 degrees. This sounds like a gorgeous fall day. Crisp air and nice sun, beautiful to walk down Boylston and see the different colors of the leaves and have your hair bounce from the wind. Tonight is going to cool down a bit with a low near 49 degrees. Every night from now on will basically be partly cloudy, but tonight there is also a slight chance of rainfall. Make sure you have a light jacket with you or an umbrella, just in case. Tomorrow is going to have similar weather. There will be a high of 63 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. We will also see some clouds and maybe a slight chance of rain. Humidity will rise from day to night, but it won't be a bother. Our 5-day forecast is going to get a little bit cooler. Say goodbye to the 60s and hello to the 50s and high 40s, because fall is cooling down. Also, the nights are going to get more chilly with Saturday through Monday nights dropping down to the 30s. Also, Saturday is going to be a rainy day. Boston is starting to cool down week by week. Soon, rain will come our way, so enjoy the crisp fall while it is here. Explore the fall and harvest at the Pumpkin Festival at Boston Common this weekend, because the weather is absolutely perfect for that. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your weather girl, Medina Sehi, and let's get back to Anthony and Amelia.
Thanks, Medina. Coming up, the one-woman band Tangela Large will be in studio to talk to us about her latest project taking place here on Emerson's campus. Something you definitely don't want to miss. Stick around.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson, and thanks for waking up with us. We're now joined in studio by Tangela Large, the cast member of the Arts Emerson production, Mr. Joy. Tangela, how are you doing this morning?
I'm so well. I'm a little sleepy, but I'm good.
It's a little early.
It happens, believe me, we get it. So tell us a little bit about Mr. Joy. What's the plot?
Absolutely. So Mr. Joy was written by an artist in residence here at Arts Emerson, Mr. Daniel Beatty, and this is his third production here at Arts Emerson. And Mr. Joy comes from the story of a Chinese immigrant shoe cobbler who owns the shoe repair shop in the heart of Harlem. And the question is, Mr. Joy does not come to work today. So the answer is, where is Mr. Joy? So you get to meet all of the 9 customers whose lives he's influenced. And all of the 9 customers are played by me.
Now that definitely sounds pretty challenging. What is the biggest challenge that poses to you as an actress in the show? You know, no cast members to kind of bounce off of.
Well, yeah, that's a great question. You know, the truth is the audience is your acting partner. So every time I walk on that stage, you know, there is a sense of bravery that I have to be able to tell this story, no matter how much energy I'm receiving from the audience.
Absolutely.
Right, and now the show seems incredibly moving. So what is, I guess, your favorite, or what part of the show inspires you the most, I guess?
So the cool thing about this show is that I get the opportunity to play various ethnicities, age ranges, different genders, everything. Anything that you can think of, I get to play. And you know, to be honest, this play is quite moving. It's raw, it's honest, but the most beautiful thing is that it's full of joy, hence the title, Mr. Joy. So there's this beautiful underlining humor that comes from each of the characters. And 2 of my favorite characters are the kids. You know, so the play opens up with this 9-year-old, bright-eyed, sassy little girl, and she takes you on the story. And she is Mr. Joy's shoe apprentice.
And can we get a little sneak preview of how exactly you play a child? Again, obviously a difficult undertaking.
Oh my God, my voice is really high right now, but I don't know if I can do it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. Okay?
Please.
I made it up, okay? It's called Black Aisha and the 7 Shorties.
Oh my God.
And I'm not talking about Snow White. I'm not even talking about light Aisha, because light-skinned Aisha is proof that light ain't always cute, so I don't pay her no attention.
Oh man, we are getting more than our money's worth for this one. Yeah.
Everybody. So what was the audition process like for this? You
Oh,
know,
goodness.
there's a lot of characters, but only one person.
Yeah,
So what's
yeah.
that like?
That's a great question. So I got the size from my agent. I got my MFA from Brown, a little backstory on me. And I've been in New York for over a year auditioning, and I got 6 pages worth of text. And usually when you go on an audition, the sides are not that long, like 2 or 3 pages, that's enough. And I had 3 days to prepare, and I assumed that it was for 6 different plays, because she just handed me this stack of papers, and she was like, no, this is 1 play. And you have to have all of this text prepared in 3 days. And I was like, are you kidding me? This is impossible.
Wow.
But, you know, I got a chance to read Clarissa, the 9-year-old little girl. Yeah. And because that text was so much fun, and the fact that I've never got a chance to play a character where I can be a child on stage, I was so excited.
Absolutely. Now, this is the last weekend that Mr. Joy will be playing, correct?
It is.
So again, last chance to catch it at Arts Emerson. Yes. Student rush is 2 hours before and 100% free if you're wondering. So
right.
Again, definitely go out and watch this important work.
Yes, make sure you check it out. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Tangela. We really appreciate you here. Now, some devastating news coming from the world of sports and entertainment this week. Sean, tell us what's going on.
Thanks, guys. Former NBA champion Lamar Odom is fighting for his life. Odom was found unconscious at a brothel outside of Las Vegas earlier this week and was later rushed to a Nevada hospital. It is still unknown whether or not it was a drug or alcohol overdose. Many stars have reached out to Odom, including former teammate Kobe Bryant and ex-wife Khloe Kardashian. Odom's health status is unsure, but we'll keep you updated with the latest. And 2 more teams punched their ticket to the next round of the MLB playoffs. The first game featured the Blue Jays and the Rangers, and it was certainly a sight to see. Let's go to Toronto now to see who moved on. We start off early as Chu blasts one to put the Rangers on top 2-0 in the top of the 3rd. But then Encarnacion is able to tie it back up in the bottom of the 6th at 2. What an exciting game it was. Now we go later in the 7th, tied at 3. Bat flip, Jose Bautista with the Bautista bomb. Absolutely blasts it, puts them on top 6-3, and that would prove to be enough as the Blue Jays beat the Rangers. And things are just getting worse for the Dallas Cowboys. After losing to the Patriots this weekend, the Cowboys have made Matt Castle the new starting quarterback. The Cowboys lost 3 straight under quarterback Brandon Weeden since losing starter Tony Romo to a collarbone injury. Weeden has totaled 28 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in his 4-year career. Castle, however, new to the Cowboys, is an 11-year vet and has a career QB rating of just over 80. And Steven Stamkos stamped his place in history this week after scoring his 500th career point. The reason this feat is so substantial, he is only 25 years old. With this performance at the TD Garden this week, it's safe to say that he is back at full speed after suffering a gruesome leg injury there last season. So far for this season, the Tampa Bay Lightning are 3-1. However, with Stamkos gaining momentum after his big accomplishment, I wouldn't be surprised if they go on a big run in the near future. Now that's it for sports. Anthony and Amelia, back to you.
Now, Amelia, Sean may be talking about that sports thing, but here at Emerson, our jocks pass cameras, not footballs. So what happens when ECLA's finest host a West Coast Film Festival? Madelyn Abry has a scoop.
Hi everyone, I'm Madelyn Abry and I'm in Los Angeles, California at the Emerson Los Angeles Film Festival. We've got screenings, workshops, panels, and a whole lot more in store for the evening. And I'm going to show you the best parts of the festival. Follow me. One of the most moving discussions was the panel Out on Screen and Behind the Camera, moderated by actor Wilson Cruz. Guests on the panel included transgender activist Jen Richards, who recently appeared on the E! Special, I Am Kate.
Periodicals, magazines, newspapers are not only being respectful about trans people, but we're starting to get a little bit of actual access behind the scenes. And that's going to make a huge difference in the long run.
A big part of the festival included looking at how technology can take filmmaking to new heights. White Rabbit Productions brought a professional drone to the festival for an amazing showcase of the hottest production gear today. Festival goers got to see how technology is changing in Hollywood with an exciting actual virtual reality demonstration. But the real draw of the festival is the films of Emerson students, faculty, and alumni. Professor Lauren Shaw showed her documentary Angor's Children. She presented a surprise special Women in Film Award to students Jackie Carrieri and Sophia Catano. Cooper Vecheron won Student Best of Film honors, and the winner of the Alumni Best of Festival, Jonathan Aid, had this to say about winning the $2,000 prize.
I went into debt for this movie, and so I'm going to be paying down the debt.
From ELA's biggest and best party of the year, I'm Madelyn Abry.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. We have our reporters Ashley and Medina here to talk about a very interesting topic today. Now, Jennifer Lawrence recently penned an essay on Lena Dunham's blog Lenny, and it was about discussing the gender pay gap within her industry. You know, she discussed some unrest she had, you know, recently with the Sony hack and everything, how she's kind of bringing some things to light. So what do you ladies think about this?
I think what's really interesting is that Ms. Lawrence did not speak out until the Sony hack happened, and she had actually seen emails in which her pay was discussed on the previous film she did, American Hustle. She actually was flabbergasted to find this and wrote the essay in a manner that it showed how uncomfortable she was still in Hollywood, to say that she wanted to be perceived still as adorable and fun and likable while getting this serious point across. And I think that in itself, that caution that she took while writing this speaks volumes in how there is such sexism in Hollywood and women are perceived as erratic and irrational.
I think it shows a new form of women empowerment, because with Amber Rose's slut walk and like Demi Lovato doing the nude photo shoot, that's a form of women empowerment, but I like how this one's through print and not through taking off your clothes. I think that that's really powerful of her for not even being a writer, but to take the time to write something that's so important for her, to show women empowerment in the media and in the arts and something along that.
Right, and now Jennifer Lawrence is obviously a household name, so what effect does a big star like her coming out and writing such a piece like this have on, I don't know, any potential change that could come?
I think she has a grand influence on a wide range of people, male and female, especially younger audiences. We love the quirky, funny, silly Jennifer Lawrence, and I think that her speaking out more than a more refined, older figure like Meryl Streep or Angelina Jolie, I think that this will speak volumes to a younger audience, which I think is super important to start identifying these issues at an early age.
Yeah, she is relatable, so it felt like a friend was telling you this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much, and again, Ashley, we'll hear more from you later on the topic.
Yes, absolutely. Now we have to take a quick break, but when we return, our very special musical guest, Dylan Rockoff, will be in studio live to play some smooth jams for us, so don't go anywhere.
And thanks for staying awake with us on Good Morning Emerson.
Now, a Dance Mom star was indicted on fraud charges. Ashley, what is this madness?
Hello again, darlings. So, Dance Mom's own nightmare, Abby Lee Miller, could be facing some serious jail time. The Lifetime reality star has been indicted in Pittsburgh, charged with bankruptcy fraud, false bankruptcy declarations, and concealment of bankruptcy assets, concealing her income during 2012 and 13. Miller allegedly has hidden over $750,000 in secret bank accounts. If convicted, she will face up to 5 years in prison and a fine of $5 million. Looks like Abby Lee will not be dancing anymore. In a recent interview, rapper T.I. made some outlandish anti-feminist comments. He had some opinionated things to say about Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton's aspirations to be president, which led to some generalizations about the female sex. Not to be sexist, he begins, but I can't vote for the leader of the free world to be a woman. He went on to say that women are too irrational and emotional. Since that mistake of a statement, the rapper has been facing an onslaught of social media backlash, prompting him to apologize publicly on Twitter. For those of you who didn't watch the Democratic debate, I'm looking at you, Mom. The 9th annual BET Hip Hop Awards also aired this past Tuesday from Atlanta, Georgia. Hosted by Snoop Dogg, performers included Lil' Kim and Puff Daddy. Kendrick Lamar, Big Sean, and Drake were big winners, each taking in their fair amount of awards. Drake topped the list with 12 nominations and took home 2, including MVP of the Year. Newcomer Fetty Wap also took home a trophy for his Summertime Jam, Trap Queen. Well, we're off to see the Wizard yet again. In the recent style of bringing classic musicals to the American public in televised extravaganza, NBC has tapped The Wiz as its newest show. A more modern retelling of The Wizard of Oz story, The Wiz won a Tony Award for Best Musical back in 1970. The first photo of the cast has been released in Technicolor glory, full of that Oz magic we so know and love. Featuring Shanice Williams as Dorothy, rapper Neo as the Tin Man, Elijah Kelly as the Scarecrow, and David Greer as the Cowardly Lion. The photo is a teaser for what's to come. The star-studded production, which also features Mary J. Blige and Queen Latifah, is set to go on just in time for the holidays, December 3rd. And that's all I've got for you guys today. Over to Anthony and Amelia.
And if you need something new to set your alarm clock to, our music reporter Reid has you covered. She's standing by with our musical guest Dylan Rockoff, and she's going to take us away just about now.
Hey guys, so I'm here with singer-songwriter Dylan Rockoff. So you're originally from Pennsylvania, but you've been in Boston for a few years now, actually studying at Northeastern, specifically business.
Yep, exactly.
So how are you balancing your life in college and this music career that's been up and coming for you?
I don't get a lot of sleep. I spend a lot of late nights up doing my homework because most of the day is dedicated to learning music and writing music and managing everything that is involved with having a music career. So, yeah, it's just, I schedule a lot of stuff. Like, I use reminders on my phone to remind me to do everything and get all my stuff done because, you know, I still have to do my laundry and I still have to go to all my classes and make sure I do all my homework and study for tests and stuff like that. But I'm managing it. It's been a lot of fun so far.
And so this new song that you just came out with, what, almost 2 weeks ago now, Feeling Fine, what inspired you to write that song?
Yeah, so I wrote the song probably about, like, back in April of last year. I had a lot of really cool things going on in my life and, you know, there was just a lot of positive energy. Like, I was working my first job, making some money. I started dating a new girl. And the song is just kind of about the reciprocation of like knowing like that you love somebody and that they love you back. That moment where like, you know, you tell somebody how you feel and, you know, that they feel the same thing back. So that's kind of the inspiration behind the song, yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, I think that you should go ahead and sing that song for us.
I think I'm gonna do it.
Okay, go for it, whenever you're ready. Dylan Rockoff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In my world, I don't worry, darling. I just smile, 'cause you're by my side. Now your eyes open up every morning to the love that shines in mine. And I see it in yours too. So now I sing to you. And when you go and leave me here all alone, I'll be waiting. We can make it because I know that after all this time, you'll read between these lines. Feeling fine, 'cause you said this is all you want. No more playing on all this waiting. I call you mine. I know you feel the same as I do. No more playing, wishing, waiting. I was taking, baby. Reminiscing on the time when we first met, I was tongue-tied, stupefied. What was it that I said? Probably something foolish that didn't make much sense, but you remembered a year later when I saw you next. When I told you, then I need to hold you. You said, come right on over. I could not wait to show you. I cherish all your lines. And after all this time, feeling fine. 'Cause you said this is all you want. No more playing on all this waiting. I call you mine. I know you feel the same as I do. No more playing, wishing, waiting. I was taking, baby. You were turning me up and you were turning me on. You woke me up at the break of dawn. I told you, baby, I'm so far gone. But I was sneaking out and I was sneaking in, back into your room again. Oh, honey, please, can't you see what I see? This is the way it should be. This is the way it should be. Oh. go. Feeling fine, 'cause you said this is all you want. No more playing on all this waiting. I call you mine. I know you feel the same as I do. No more playing, wishing, waiting. I was taking, baby.
Thank you.
All right. Dylan Rockoff, everyone. That was exactly the way I wanted to start off my Thursday morning.
Oh my God. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Oh boy.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for this week.
Well, again, be sure to catch us next Tuesday, but we're going to shut up now. Listen to Dylan. Yes. He's going to leave us now with a very special song. Again, No Such Thing by John Mayer. So we'll let you take it away.
Let's go.
Welcome to the real world, she said to me condescendingly. Take a seat, take your life, plot it out in black and white. Well, I never lived the dream of the prom kings and the drama queens. I'd like to think the best of me is still hiding up my sleeve. I'd love to tell you, stay inside the lines, but something's better on the other side. I wanna run through the halls of my high school. I wanna scream at the top of my lungs. I just found out there's no such thing as the real world. Just a lie you got to rise above. So the good boys and girls take their so-called right track, faded white hats, grab the credits and made the transfers. They read all the books but they can't find the answers. And all of our parents, they're getting older. I wonder if they've wished for anything better, while in their memories die in tragedies. I'd love to tell you, stay inside the lines, but something's better on the other side. I wanna run through the halls of my high school. I wanna scream at the top of my lungs. I just found out there's no such thing as the real world. Just a lie you got to rise above. I am invincible. I am invincible. I am invincible as long as I'm alive. Yeah. Oh. I wanna run through the halls of my high school. I wanna scream at the top of my lungs. I just found out there's no such thing as the real world. Just a lie you got to rise above. I just can't wait till my 10-year reunion. I'm gonna bust down the double doors. And when I stand on these tables before you, you will know what all this time was.